Hi, third graders. This is going to be week of September 14th, 2020. We are starting this on a Tuesday, and so we will have it due on Monday, September 21st. The first thing, it looks very similar to what it's looked like the last few weeks. It is going to be independent reading time. Again, you may do this with your whole class, or your teacher may have you independently read during activity list time. Make sure that you're just checking off the boxes. You need to pass a reading counts test. You should be reading one book or more on your ERLA level and passing a reading counts. When you do that, put the title of the book here and then write your score where it says blank out of 10. Okay, next section we have the foundational skill prefixes and suffixes. This has been something that's been on the activity list the last couple weeks. You are going to first, there's a required practice and a required practice, optional learning. Most of the time you should complete this after you finish the rest of the required activities. So first we have the required practice, which is 15 minutes long. You should complete the suffix practice in the resource area. You can do this independently or with a pair. The next is required practice. If you are a 1B, 2B, blue level, complete the prefix and suffix sort. If you are a red or a white level reader, you need to complete the prefix and suffix task cards. Your teacher may have the task cards spread out around the room, or just make sure you ask your teacher where she's keeping the task cards. It may be in the resource area. And then you have optional learning of doing Smarty Ants. The next section of the activity list is the reading section. We have been recounting the story of Thunder Cake, and we've been talking about the central message, the lesson that the girl learned in the story. So here we have a choice learning. This needs to be completed first because it's a learning. You need to go to My Pasco Connect, watch the vocabulary video, theme in literature. This is the title that you should type in vocabulary. Or you can reread the Recounting Stories anchor chart we completed for Thunder Cake. Your class completed it together. Or there's a third option. You just need to pick one. Read the Recounting Stories how-to sheet in the resource area. This is just a read over. You don't have to complete an activity. It's just a learning. So to go with that, there's a choice practice. You're going to read The Golden Fish. That is the title of the text, The Golden Fish. Then complete the Recounting Graphic Organizer in the resource area. The Recounting Graphic Organizer is going to look very, very, very similar to your Thunder Cake recounting anchor chart, the paper that you did with your teacher that you recounted the events in the story. The required practice below, the third one, is complete the Thunder Cake vocabulary activity on Canvas. Or you can complete the Thunder Cake vocabulary activity in the resource area. So that's your choice if you would like to complete it on the computer, if a computer is available, or you're going to complete it on a hard copy in the resource area. The writing section, it is 2 required practices, so you can do either one first, it does not matter. Complete the editing practice in the resource area. And the second one says complete the verb tense task cards in the resource area. Boys and girls, whenever it says task cards, you need to ask your teacher. She may have them spread out around the room for you to look for, or she may have them in a baggie located in a part of your room. So there's been 2 different task cards that you need to pay attention to. Here for the writing, it's the verb tense task cards. Okay, we have the math section. Practice, practice, and practice. Okay, so these are all practices. There's not a learning for you to complete. Complete the array practice activity in the resource area. Then the second required practice, complete the paw print addition activity. Look around the room to find the problems. Get your recording sheet from the resource area. So once you have the recording sheet, you are going to solve your questions on there by going around the room and trying to locate the correct paw prints. And then the required practice is on Zearn. You guys should know how to get on Zearn. Your teacher has taught you. Okay, the science section. Required learning, that means this needs to be done first. Then it goes with the practice. These two are going to go together, and then these two activities are going to go together. So you're going to first watch the BrainPop Junior video titled Scientific Method. That is the title that you should search. You just need to watch the video. You do not need to do the quiz. Then required practice that goes along with it is complete the Scientific Method BrainPop Junior quiz in the resource area. Again, if you watch the video, it will help you with the quiz. The second part is the choice learning. This choice learning is going to be with this choice practice. You need to go to My Pasco Connect, watch the vocabulary video called Parts of a Plant. This is what you should search. Or you can read Parts of a Plant article in the resource area. If a technology is not available, you always have the option of using the piece of paper in the resource area. And the practice that goes along with that is complete the Parts of a Plant fill in the blank activity, which is in the resource area, or complete plant parts matchup in the resource area. They both have to do with the learning that you completed above. That is just your choice. Make sure that you're circling which one you choose so your teacher knows. And the last section is the social studies section. There is a required learning and a required practice. The required learning is above this practice because you need to do it first before you're able to do this activity. You need to scan to watch the primary and secondary source video. You can just do that by scanning this QR code. And then required practice, complete the primary and secondary source activity in the resource area. If you do not watch this video, you will not understand how to complete this activity. Remember, if you're working with a pair, make sure that you're always putting the person's name here. And after you complete activities so that you can keep track of what you've completed, put a smiley face, an okay face, or a sad face based on how you feel about the activity. This will help you say, oh, I completed that already. Make sure your name is at the top, and you may begin.